importance of pure, unbroken line is the essence of ballet. Like architecture, ballet is the result of geometrical spatial thinking. The basic instrument for the purpose is the human body, which is used to its maximum acrobatic capability to create a variety of aesthetically justified spatial patterns. One point where ballet really scores over other art forms is, unlike most other dances, ballet is a three-dimensional art form. And the third dimension, or dancing in the air, immensely enhances the possibilities of expression for the dancer and the choreographer. One of the basic laws of ballet is aplomb. Aplomb is perfect balance, an equilibrium which the dancer must have in order to retain stability in any given pose or movement. To gain aplomb is a matter of primary importance to the ballet dancer. Similarly, aplomb is the basic law of architecture. For instance, in its functional essence, totally aside from its artistic value, a colonnade is but a system of pillars which maintains the balance of the beam. Ballet further resembles architecture in that it is the only form of dance which does not limit itself to the two dimensions of the flat surface of the floor. Figures and movements in the air are as much a characteristic of ballet dance as the poses and steps executed on the ground. Dance in ballet is based on the 5 classic positions of the feet and must be performed by dancers trained in the classic technique. The 5 classic positions, as first formulated by Pierre Bouchon around 1700, are the only 5 positions of the feet from which it is convenient and practical to move in any given direction. There are inverted positions with the toe pointing in. There are intermediate positions between one position and another. But of the comfortable positions, there are only 5. A 6th cannot be invented. These positions form the base upon which a ballet dancer stands and from which he or she moves. They are the only ones from which the dancer can exercise stability or aplomb, the basic law of ballet dance. The 5 positions are based on the foundation which underlies ballet dance, the turnout. Turnout is the ability of the dancer to turn out his or her knees much farther than is natural in everyday life. The turnout is not an aesthetic conception, but a technical necessity for every ballet dancer. It is the turnout that makes the difference between a limited number of steps on one plane and the control of all conceivable dance movements in space. Only dancers trained in the classic technique and who have acquired the turnout will have mastered the 5 positions. Only they will possess the aplomb that is necessary to perform intricate ballet steps. Only they will have acquired the fundamentals of ballet dance. Only they will possess line, lightness, and elevation, without which there is no ballet. The initial training in ballet, as well as in Kuchipudi, has to be directly under the watchful eyes of a guru or the master. Only years of hard work can transform a student into a performer.
5, 4, 6, and 7, and close. 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and
Though both ballet and Kuchipudi employ body language as a prime vehicle for the necessary communication, it is quite interesting to watch how and where they differ. As ballet was always watched by the court audience in an arena-like theatre, and that too from a toppish angle, most of the ballet compositions have distinct geometric patterns, marked for their suitability for viewing from a top angle. During the course of time, the viewing from a toppish angle came down to a normal viewing angle in a regular proscenium theatre. The dance was modified accordingly. In marked contrast, Kuchipudi as a rule was watched from lower angles, with the audience sitting on temple grounds. As such, the composition patterns were more suitable to either low-angle viewing or normal-angle viewing, as one watches it today. In the detailed analysis, the more forceful compositions in ballet spread outwardly, with limbs stretching to the maximum extent, so as to create beautiful, distinct visual patterns. In comparison, in Kuchipudi, such broad stretching of the limbs is not used routinely as the mainstay. In Kuchipudi, things revolve around the chest area and a quick succession of visual patterns created with the help of the lower and upper limbs mesmerizing the audience. For ballet, the unbroken line and its variations is of utmost importance. It almost has a kind of architectural feel about it, while no such constraint seems to be placed on Kuchipudi. From body language, let's turn to music. Again, a variety of approaches are evident. Usually, the relationship of music towards the dance is of a dual nature. Music is not only used to heighten the intensity of the emotions being expressed, but is also used as an element around which a kind of suspense is woven, so that the performance is aesthetically graphed well. Both the art forms have a broad similarity on this score.
यौवनं यस्य वाचिकं सर्ववाङ्मयम् आखायुं चन्द्र तारादि तं